Okay, the racetrack right here on Independence and 121 is closed. No gas. So far it has been true. If there's nobody at the gas station, that means that there's no gas. And like we saw with maybe 200 cars lined up in 2 or 3 directions trying to get gas, that means that they have gas. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. I mean, eventually we're all gonna run out of gas if there's no more gas, but okay, so I've been listening on the radio to the local stations, and there's very little discussion about the gas shortage. There's no, apparently there's no information. I mean, every little gas company is on their own as far as when their supply comes in. I still have not heard that much on the national level that the refinery capacities are going to be impacted that much. If you think about it, each gas station has a small tank. From what I've seen, they're anywhere from 10 to 20,000 gallons. Some of them might be bigger, like a Buc-ee's or a Quick Trip might be larger, but in the rural Texas, most of them are going to be smaller. And from what I understand, so each one of those is going to have gas in it. And if there's a run on gas and that tank is depleted, then they just call for the supply to come and it fills them back up. And nothing about that is broken. But if every gas station, because there's a large run on gas, if all of their tanks go down and then the supply chain comes to fill them up and then it's instantly depleted again, then the pressure is put onto the supply chain to get gas to the stores. Even if there's no gas shortage, as far as we don't have gas at all, there's still a supply chain issue of getting the gas to the gas stations. So this is a completely fictitious situation we're dealing with right now, and it's mainly just brought on by everyone buying gas on the same day. Today, I'm gonna be driving clear across the Metroplex in order to coach some classes, and I figured I would just try to keep documenting what the gas situation is here in North Texas. So here in a minute, we're gonna be cruising by the spot that I bought gas last night, as well as the one that wasn't open. And we'll see what's going on. Okay, I missed turning on the camera for the first gas station. It said 235, but there was no one at the pumps. So it makes me think they're out, because as I look over here, there are lines. I don't have time to go in there this morning, but there are lines. Every pump is full. So last night when I was there, if you didn't see last night's video, they actually closed down their pumps overnight, which was probably a smart move on their end, because now today they have gas. So that's interesting. Lines over there, and I didn't see a price, but glad I got a full tank. I'm over on Preston Road, and as you can see, this gas station has red bags on all of their pumps. They are out of gas, apparently all grades, and we're gonna cruise around over here. I'm a little bit early for my appointment. We'll see what some of the other gas stations in the area have. Look at the lines over here. So apparently this gas station has gas, and people are lined up in every direction. Wow. So I just turned around. Here's the back side of that same Shell station. I don't see how there's any way they have enough gas to even fill up all these cars that are in line. Okay, so I'm gonna jump on Preston here and cruise up Preston. There's, I don't know, 6 or 7 more gas stations up here, and we'll see what they've got. Sorry, had to wait for the sirens to go by. 7-Eleven right here is empty. They've got the red bags on. Yeah, they've got cones up in front of their pumps. Looks like they're also out of gas. Okay, so I have passed 6 or 7 gas stations, and over here in Frisco, if there's a line around the block, that means they have gas. If there's nobody there, that means they have no gas. I can't get my camera up. Having a hard time getting my camera up in time when I come on these gas stations. This is the 7-Eleven on Hillcrest and Main Street. Again, I'm over in Frisco. If you're not familiar with DFW, Frisco's in the north of Dallas category, Collin County. Been by half a dozen gas stations and only 2 have had gas. The one that I showed you, and then another one that was off, I didn't know it was over there. And it had the shortest lines. As a side note, they have their gas prices listed at $2.59, which is the highest I've seen so far. I decided to pull in here real quick because it looked like a couple of people were getting gas, but no, they definitely have the red handles on the bags. Red bags on the handles. When I was pulling in here, the lady was shaking her head at me. There's no gas, no gas. So I finished coaching my class, and this is the Shell station that had gas about an hour and a half ago. And it had, I mean, there was probably 100, I mean, there could have been 200 cars. I mean, it was lined up all the way down the road. Let's just say 100 cars. I don't want to be dramatic here, but their gas is gone and nobody is in line anymore. I kind of wish I would have stayed to see what that was like. I went into a gas station around the corner to get something to drink, and they were giving the lady that was working there a really hard time, and I just don't understand how people don't understand where gas comes from. The lady at the counter has no control over anything. I mean, she didn't order the gas, you know, she doesn't make the gas. She definitely doesn't control hurricanes. I'm all for getting mad about stuff. Go get mad about stuff, whatever, but direct your anger to the correct location. And in this case, I don't know that there is anywhere you can direct your anger. It's why they call it an act of God. Yeah, an act of God. That's why they call it an act of God. There's nowhere to direct your anger other than just general frustration. I don't know. Okay, so I'm headed home. I'm gonna go down 121. I just got off the highway. There is a Valero over here. I'm gonna stop at every, oh my goodness. I just said I'm gonna stop at every gas station. Look at this line. Holy cow. Well, I was gonna pull in there. So I'm gonna stop at every gas station on the way on 121 and see what they have. It looks like that Valero right there at Spring Creek on 121 still has some gas. Okay, hitting up the Exxon right here, and it is out of gas. It looks like they have diesel still. If there were cars here, I thought maybe they had gas. That's the reason why I pulled in, but they definitely do not have gas. I think I found somebody who has gas. Everybody's waiting over here for gas, and this guy's in there buying beer. Okay, so they actually do not have gas. There's 2 cars that are diesel cars that are getting diesel, and everyone else is faked out into thinking that they have gas. In fact, even over here, these people are all lined up thinking that they have gas. They actually do not have gas. That's what I thought was going on, and I just wanted to double check. So even if you're standing there waiting in line, that does not mean that they have gas. Okay, so right behind me here, they're all lined up at a gas station that doesn't have gas. I just wanted to cruise through there and kind of film what people were doing. And now, right here in front of me, right across the street, there's another gas station, but it doesn't have gas either, but everybody's all lined up. What a cluster. Well, maybe they do have gas. Okay, look at this place. They've got a guy out here. Good job, Chevron. So they had gas and they had a guy out there trying to get people lined up. Good for them. I mean, if you're gonna pay $2.75 for gas, you get a little customer service to come with it. So, the same story all the way home. I didn't film all of them because nobody had any gas on 121. That's back at the station that I showed you last night that was closed overnight. And they've got a line of maybe 30 or 40 cars down the road there. Okay, and here is the one place that I got gas last night. They've got bags on their pumps, so they are closed down. Okay, so in closing, just so that you know how this works, I'm not an expert in this. I've talked to a couple people. I've also been an adult for several years. There's plenty of gas, okay? So don't worry about the gas right now. What happens in the future, I don't know. But for right now, there's plenty of gas. The distributors, as I said earlier, the supply line is what the issue is. The pressure is being put on the supply line. The gas stations are empty. The cars are wanting more gas. The trucks can't get to all the gas stations at the same time and fill them up, and that gas is probably going to be gobbled up pretty quickly because people are going to run out over the course of the next week. So suppliers, distributors, are actually required to have 3 months supply on hand. So there's plenty of gas. There's at least 3 months of gas at our current demand on reserve at the distributor level. That does not get into the reserves that we have as a state or the reserves that we have as a nation. There's plenty of gas, so we just got to get through the next couple of days and everything will be fine. If you can go without gas for a little while, that's what we're going to need to do. Well, we might be forced to do that as well. But I was talking to a friend who is in the industry, and he was telling me a couple things. I didn't know about the 3 month supply from the distributors. I didn't realize it would be that long. I would have guessed it was more like a couple of weeks, but a 3 month supply of gas is a lot, and there's plenty of gas. Also, the other thing that I did not know is that the refineries that have been shut down due to Hurricane Harvey only account for roughly 20-something% of our manufacturing capacity. The other part to that that's interesting and that is important to this case is that the other refineries are not running at 100% because our gas demand for the last couple of years has been very low. It was much higher a few years ago, and it's been low for the last couple of years. So the refineries that are not running at 100% can up their production, and they can more than cover up for that 20% that we lost in the hurricane area for those refineries. So this is not an issue right now. It is an issue if you don't have gas, but this is not an issue that's going to last very long. Hopefully just in a couple of days we get through the weekend, and I'm sure things are going to be back to normal. So that's what we're hoping for. All right, thanks so much for watching. We'll probably get back to the regular family style vlogs, but I just thought this was really interesting and I wanted to get in there and see what it was like. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.